Hi everyone, this is going to be the 6th video in my Scrabble strategy tutorials, and I've had a lot of people ask me about Zyzzyva and what exactly it can be used for and how to use it. So this is going to be a quick video just going into the virtues of Zyzzyva. Now to download it, it's about 50 megabytes and you can get it from this website, zyzzyva.net. You want to go to the download page and then download whatever platform you're going to be running it on, i.e. Windows. Of course I already have it. This is what it's going to look like once you go through the installation process. You're going to have this welcome screen. And I'm not sure if you do this in the new versions, if you automatically load a lexicon, but if you don't, to load a lexicon or to associate Zyzzyva with a dictionary, you want to go to Edit, Preferences, and here in the General tab and in the Lexicon section, you can load different lexicons. Click Edit, and this is a list of dictionaries that Zyzzyva supports. Most of us are going to want to use the OWL 2 dictionary, which is the North American one. There's also the Collins dictionary here, School Dictionary, the OSPD, as well as Words with Friends in different languages. Now the best feature and simplest feature about Zyzzyva is the search function. If you click here on the magnifying glass, it will take you to this tab. Now here you can set different search criteria to make word lists, and the default search criteria is anagram match. I have this on my rack, and I want to know what all the words are that are anagrams of this rack. Press search, and you'll see that this rack makes 9 words, 9 valid words in the TWL. There's also the sub-anagram match. If you say search, you will look at not only the 7s, but all the 2s, 3s, etc. that can be found in this rack, which is 262 words. Now you say, okay, maybe I don't want all the 2s, 3s, and 4s, and I just want the 6s. You can add another criteria by clicking the plus, also minus gets rid of it, and go to the length. Now you can limit this by length. Say I want everything between 5 and the maximum, which of course is 7, because we only have 7 letters. Now this will show you the 112 words that are between 5 and 7 letters that are also sub-anagrams of this rack. There's also the pattern match. Now this is useful if you know exactly where you want the letters in the word. Now there's 2 types of wildcards in Zyzzyva. There's the single tile wildcard, which is either a question mark or a period, and then there's the unlimited multiple tiles, which is either the @ or the asterisk. So this will give us all of the words starting with an S. We can also say all of the 5-letter words starting with an S and ending in an E, and that gives us 3 words: snare, stain, and stare. We can also look at the number of vowels, which will help you with the vowel dumps and that sort of thing, or the consonant dumps for that matter. So say I wanted to look at all of the words that have absolutely 0 vowels in them. Get rid of this guy. Crypt, you can say the Y. Y is kind of cheating, so let's add something else. Let's go to includes letters. So now you can say that I don't want it to include a Y. So you can have a Y here, click the not, click search again. Now these are all the ones that don't include Y, so a lot of the automatopoeia, sh, etc. Now what we see here, we can also use the take prefix and take suffix like I had in my last video. If we want to look at all of the words that start with an S, but that also take a suffix of C, we can use this, and we will get all of these words starting with an S that have a back hook as a C available. Another very useful tool is the probability and playability order. If we want to find out all of the 7-letter words that are the most probable draws, then you use your length to define your 7-letter words, and then you say I want to find the top 100 most probable words that I can draw from the back. Click here and you will see that aneroid is actually the most popular word to draw because it uses the A, E, and I and other letters that have a very high incidence in the game. On the other hand, you can look at the playability order. Now if you remember from my 3rd video on tile valuation, that the tile valuations are all based on a heuristic process that pit 2 robots against each other and use the statistics from that to see what the actual values of tiles were. In the same experiment, they also recorded all of the words that these robots played and found out which ones were played the most. even though there's only 4 S's in the game, which makes it a lower probability tile, it's actually used a lot more when playing 7s because people will save up their S's to bingo. So if we actually change the probability to playability, first look here, you don't see an S in too many of these. You have Atonese, Eurasian. The rest don't include S because it's not a very probable tile. But if we change this to playability, look at the top 100 played 7s, and you will see that now S is popping up a lot more. In fact, in most of these words there is an S. You also will see that a lot of the words are vowel dumps, such as in Aeolian, Tanier, Aeneas, Aileron. So that's pretty much the search function. What you can do is when you right click on this word list, you can start doing other things. You can add them to the card box, you can quiz them, you can just save them, and when you save them you can say, okay, I just want to save the word, and that's it. So you say okay, but we can also quiz from it. So let's get the anagram match, look at retina stem, oops. Search for that, you have all of these words. Right click, quiz from list. Okay, so now this is the quiz. It will show you a rack and will ask you to enter in words down here for what this will scramble into. I like shuffling my rack around. I'm going to change this to random and reorder, and you will see that the words start appearing. Down here you see that there's actually 3 words in here, and before you continue it's going to want to get all 3 words from you, but you can just say finish this up, check answers, repaint and painter were the other 2 words, say okay, I think I did well enough, mark that as correct, or if you had to cheat or something you can mark this as missed, and then you can just continue through. Next word is this, which is only one of them. It's fainter, it's an easy one, apparently I've never missed it. Next. Here is inertia. And you can just keep going through this. You see that there's 17 questions. I've been through 3 of them. You can analyze the quiz after, you can save it and restart it later. Most people don't do quizzes that they just create on the spot, and instead what they'll do is use the card box. Now this is the card box right here. We can open this up and refresh this. Now what you see in the card box is a list of different card boxes with a count of the number of words that are in each. Now you can load up your card box with as much as you want to. From this search we saw that when we looked up all the retina stems, I can go here, I can say add list to card box. It will say, do you want to add these to your card box? I'll say yeah, they're already in there, but I can add them again. Now the card box is actually a fairly simple concept. Instead of being quizzed proportionally on everything, say if you looked at all the 4-letter Z's and just wanted to quiz yourself on those all the time, you're going to already know the words such as haze, and you're going to be able to find those pretty quickly because you know their words, you've used them all your life. But other ones, such as Zoea, you might need to study a little bit more. And what the card box does is extract the words that you need to study more and makes you study them more. The words in card box 0 have a large incidence of failure, as in you don't get them that often, and so they're going to be quizzed more often, whereas the cards in card box 5 are going to be quizzed less often because you get them right a lot. Now every time you answer a word correctly, it is going to be moved to a higher and higher card box, but as soon as you get it wrong one time, it's going to go back to card box 0. You can change the timing of this, but generally words in card box 0 are going to be quizzed every day, and those in card box 5 are going to be quizzed every 3 to 4 weeks or so. When I actually quiz ourselves on these, we open a new quiz. Instead of standard, we'll go to card box. Now I just want it to quiz everything that I have, which is just anagrams, and I want to just have the words come to me as they are. So I use this and it will open up this word, which is torule. So this was initially in the 0 card box because apparently I've never gotten it right, but now that I have gotten it right, it will go to card box 1, and the next time I'll see it will be in 5 days. This, you just have to enter in everything. Guess and check. You can have it marked that if you have a wrong answer, that it will automatically mark that as incorrect. You can say roodles and looters were the ones that I missed, but I'd gotten it right last time. I'll just mark that as correct for now. Go next, and you can just go through your card box. You'll see that there's 936 words that are scheduled right now, which is all these words that have a negative day. But as I've said before, card box is definitely one of the best ways and most acceptable ways to study your words for Scrabble. Now, Zyzzyva also has the definition function. So if you just want to check if a word is real or know what it means, you can type it in here. You'll see that it is this Greek wine that I will never remember. But you can also look at all the properties of this word. So if I want to look up, say, art, get all info. So you will see that it has a bunch of front hooks, 2 back hooks, a bunch of front extensions, aux cart, etc., back extensions, and all of the 2-sided extensions. Now finally, something you won't use this for by itself, but that gets used a lot at clubs and tournaments, is the word judge. You can select the word judge and it will open up this full screen. Now when you're actually playing a game and you want to make sure people aren't cheating or don't see other words, you put this up, and this is how people check words when they're playing in a tournament. So say I've just challenged someone, they played Restina, I know it's Retsina, so I go here, I want to challenge one word, type in Restina, press tab, and it will say no, that's not acceptable. I win the challenge and my partner goes and cries. So that is pretty much everything that you need to know about Zyzzyva. I hope you can make the most out of using it. It's definitely a very powerful tool, probably the most powerful one out there, but it's also very easy to learn and use. So I hope you enjoy Zyzzyva, and I'll see you in my next video.